Hey, it's Dave Gerhardt. I spent my career in marketing going from PR intern to CMO, and now I spend my time running Exit 5, which is, in my opinion, at least the world's best community for B2B marketers. If you need a place to connect with your peers, get feedback on your work, or just make new friends in marketing, you should go and check us out. It's exit5.com. You can learn more.
All right, marketers, grab your overpriced standing desk and that oat milk latte you love so much, because welcome to Notorious B2B, the only show where we treat LinkedIn drama like breaking news and expose the real B2B marketing sins.
Yeah, think of us like SNL meets TMZ, but for the people who argue about whether gated content is still a thing or not. I'm Tass Bober, B2B landing page nerd and lovable troll on LinkedIn.
And I'm Tim Davidson, the guy making TikTok-style videos and cutting fruit on LinkedIn. Together, we're cutting out nonsense and roasting the most ridiculous trends in B2B marketing.
Because if we have to suffer through another 10 things getting engaged taught me about B2B sales, we're taking you all down with us.
Let's get into it. This episode is brought to you by our friends at Vector, the tool that makes sure you're getting your ads in front of your exact buyers. Go check them out at vector.co. I promise you, your sales team will thank you.
So you're in Costa Rica.
Well, that should be interesting.
So, I met with Sahil earlier today, and you didn't make that meeting because, again, you're in Costa Rica. Very annoying. And for those of you that don't know, Sahil, CEO of Fireflies, I can do plugs now because this one's not a free plug. Kidding. This part, he has no idea is coming. But yeah, so we met some time ago. Apparently, I ignored him at Drive. That was the first time where he was like, oh, hey, Tass. And I just apparently looked the other way or said hey and then walked off. Very unlike me. We become friends. He is now a sponsor of Notorious B2B and hosting this event that Tim and I are going to in February, Above the Fold. Please come. Consultants, welcome. We're not shut out of this one. It's going to be warm.
It'll be warmer.
Yes. So I actually had a content idea for you for an ad. So I was just volunteering you because you weren't there to defend yourself.
With it. Yeah,
so I said, Tim is in Costa Rica right now. He has a pool there. He should jump in like he did with clay and built a clay table underwater. You should jump in, maybe not take your equipment underwater. You may not be set up for that, but you can do a jump in and then pop out and be like, can you do this in February in the Midwest, or the East Coast?
I get it.
Or Northern Hemisphere? You should definitely come to Above the Fold. See? I think you should do that.
I see what you're doing. Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Okay. Welcome to
Notorious B2B. Yeah.
Episode 35. I did add a new segment. I'm calling the segment Closed One because I feel like sometimes there are things that are just hilarious on the internet and people who are just doing funny things. They may not need us to go through like crazy anything, but they do deserve to be celebrated and us give them their flowers for not making B2B so freaking boring.
Just flagging.
Big.
Duolingo
is back.
Yeah. I've never talked about Duolingo more than on this podcast. I don't think I ever talked about them before. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we all know that I forgot her name now, but she was the head of social. She moved on to a new company. We've covered it before.
Yes.
They obviously, in another story there was they put out their posting for someone new. And it actually had a pretty big, sizable salary range. Let's see here. So the salary range when they posted, I believe, was like 189K to 342K. And it's pretty big for like a head of social, like a director of social media. So it's social, right? And it's Duolingo. It's not like it's McDonald's. Yeah. Like this is still like it's close to it, I guess. But now they're in the news here because they dropped the salary range. They decreased it.
Did they think no one would notice?
Oh, people would definitely. I mean, maybe it's a ploy. That's the thing. I don't even know.
Oh, let's see.
It could be a ploy. So Katelyn Masek, she posted about it. This is where we're kind of first seeing it. So did anyone catch that Duolingo quietly dropped the pay range for that social role? I need the tea. I'm not saying I'm watching, but I'm watching. That's something I would say. Not me turning into a full-time LinkedIn detective. For clarity, bottom screenshot, this is what I mentioned. So she got two screenshots in the image here. The bottom one was the original one, 198K, 342K, full-time, director of social media title. It says New York. So that might be something that's actually a little bit different because the other one everything's the same except for the salary range, which is now 158K to 237K, but the area says Pittsburgh, PA, but it doesn't say New York. So that's actually could be interesting there. But yeah, she's basically saying, here's the screenshot. New York City to Pittsburgh is the difference here. And I don't know. I think I wonder if that's it. But why? Like, why would you hire someone from Pittsburgh than not New York? So they also posted, either it was an error or they're just doing that thing where they post across different cities. But I just found the posting again, director of social media, New York. But the salary range is still the same. The new dropped one, 158K.
Yeah, it's the dropped one.
237K. So it is still that kind of concept here where, yeah, I mean, they just dropped the salary about, essentially 100K from the top range. And I wonder, I wonder why, to be honest. It's also been a while, I feel like, since they haven't had someone now, which is interesting.
But then you would think that they would increase the salary range to get someone really good in there. So I wonder if they're either dropping the responsibilities or expectations, but I don't know.
I'm not going to be able to see the responsibilities from the other one, but
Yeah,
I don't see why it would be any different. I feel like it's probably, I mean, to be honest, I feel like it's more in range what you'd expect, actually even probably more, something like this.
I think that they didn't think that people would notice. Honestly, I think that's it, because
really
they were like, okay, we're going to put this outrageous post out with the salary. It'll get people talking, and then we'll slowly decrease it. Maybe our budgets got cut, whatever. Maybe it wasn't intentional, but we're slowly going to decrease it, and then people won't notice because it's some arbitrary number like 287 or something like that. And lo and behold, because you're Duolingo and people are keeping an eye on you, they noticed. The end. That is the only thing to discuss here.
I mean, to be fair, the low range, I mean, it did drop, but it didn't drop as much. So the low range for the original one was 198K, and now it's at 158K. So that only dropped 30K, but the high range dropped about 100K. That's pretty big, steep drop there. But I do see they also have the Pittsburgh one up. I think I'm assuming they have an office in Pittsburgh or something like that. So it looks like they're trying both areas. But man, I don't know Pittsburgh's like living situation, but same as New York. Kind of seems interesting.
Definitely not the same as New York.
Well, the salary ranges are the same though.
The salary ranges, yes.
Yeah, in the postings.
Yes, and we've done the cost of living change calculator thing. You would need to make like 700K to keep your life in Pittsburgh in New York. Okay, are we reading comments or are we moving on?
Yeah, no, let's read the comments. There's gonna be some juice here. For sure. What are you talking about?
Well, the first one just made a comment about just the cost of living difference,
which is a fair comment. And
yes,
I'm also watching. I've been curating, US comms, PR, socials since April 2023. Blah blah blah. This type of opportunity, in my opinion, should not take this long from the initial. All right, so yeah, so like September 2nd, they haven't had someone in social since September 2nd, and it was reposted 3 times. So that's
trying to find the special someone, but lowering the pay range is not going to do that.
Devil's advocate here. Maybe the high pay range brought in some bougie people, because maybe you want someone scrappy at a lower range. Maybe you need someone scrappy.
This recruiter said it's super normal for pay bands to change over time, including in the lifetime of a rec or if the role was down leveled, like I mentioned to you. The hardest thing for candidates to do is separate the value of their skills from the value of themselves and their experience. We're in a market correction after a peak in salaries, particularly for non-technical roles in SaaS. Hope this helps inform your understanding of the cost of labor.
AI is what we're saying. I think the answer here is AI. I think that's the answer. The AI part.
Somebody did say if they'd let their people be remote, they'd likely have far more success in their search. I think, but
you're not wrong.
No, but here's the thing. I will say for Duolingo and the way they do social, they do a lot of like in person. The mascot. They're in the field, the social person. So I feel like it's just an extra step of travel for what they need. And so I feel like if it was something weird like Pittsburgh and Indiana, maybe the talent isn't there, but like they've got New York, Pittsburgh. I feel
people
like
will move there.
Yeah, you would find someone in New York who's willing to do that. You know what I mean?
Especially at the original pay range.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, so apparently there was a horror movie made about marketing jargon, and it's really good.
Can you cover that? Because I have something I need to dig up for this.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
And I'll show
cover
you why.
this.
in a-
I
in a bit.
actually did not watch this, and on
Oh, you
purpose.
didn't?
Like I saw it, I opened it, and I was like, we'll watch it together on Notorious B2B. But the post here basically says from Jolyon Varley. He's the #1 culture marketing voice on LinkedIn, whatever that is. Okay, this B2B company made a horror movie about marketing jargon, and it's actually good. The scariest thing about B2B marketing, usually the marketing, Umault decided to face that head on with Possessed, the origin story of a B2B marketer. Shot like a horror film, it tells the story of a mom slowly realizing her son's been possessed by marketing jargon. Cue creepy whispers about conversion funnels and ABM strategy. It's ridiculous, it's brilliant. While everyone else was writing white papers, they made a short film worth watching. Umault turned the sometimes soul-sucking corner of marketing into entertainment. B2B brands, I hope you are watching. It is 1:36, and I'll play it now.
Yeah, play it. Let's do it live.
Okay.
There's something wrong with my son. He's been drawing strange things.
What kinds of things?
Things no one understands.
What do you see here, son?
A sales funnel,
What about now?
a CRM, an MQL,
And this one?
Account-based marketing.
Hey there, Damien. Damien.
Authenticity in B2B marketing isn't optional, folks. It's the key to trust, value, and long-lasting relationships with your customers.
I found more papers today, including a 7-part series on the difference between demand gen and lead gen. What's wrong with my son?
Your son's a B2B marketer.
What does that mean?
It's just like B2C, only for B2B. It's really not that hard to understand.
Is there anything I can do to help him?
Just make sure he uses Umault for all of his B2B video ad needs.
Okay. You should eat your food. It's getting cold.
one more email, Mommy.
It's pasta, your favorite.
One more email.
Okay, that was so good.
Now, when was that posted?
This was posted a week ago, it says.
So let me show you something.
Oh, what? I'm so excited.
When I saw that, when you
Yeah.
when you gave me that link, I was like, that looks really familiar.
Oh,
Really, really familiar.
okay.
Same zip video posted 5 months ago from Obed. Now don't this isn't there's nothing bad here because let
Okay.
me explain.
Okay,
So-
explain.
And I want to explain this for people that saw that and they were like, this looks familiar.
Okay.
Because it looked very familiar, and I started remembering what happened here. So this Obed actually posted a very similar thing. Actually, the
Yes.
same video.
It's the same video.
It's the same video with some changes at the end. It was a sponsored one for Hockey Stack. Like everything, if I'm scrubbing through it, everything's pretty much the same except for the end where it says like Hockey Stack,
Wow.
use Odin.
Okay.
So I remember this. This is 5 months ago, around when like VO3 was kind of going crazy and I was starting to use it. So I
Yeah.
asked Obed, like, did you make this with VO3? Like, this is really impressive because it looked like it at first for some reason.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I bought it from a company. We paid him like, I forgot how much it was. It was like 3,000 or something like that. He paid Umault
Okay.
to use the video. So there's nothing nefarious going on here. But if
Okay.
you saw that and you're like, oh, this looks familiar, Obed posted it first, like
Ah.
5 months ago, because he bought it from that company, Umault, or whoever, unless Umault didn't create it and Umault bought it from that whatever company it was. Because there could be there
Mm.
too. But it just seems like that other one, the one that you shared, just went viral.
Which the Umault one, they're a B2B video agency. So if they bought it from
They might
anybody
have-
else,
yeah.
that would have been shady.
That's
But
probably
if,
theirs.
yes, it's probably theirs that they created. But if Hockey Stack bought the rights to use it, I wonder if they could just change the video and add their own stuff in there. But I guess it's like a portfolio of work, but very interesting
Yeah, they bought the rights to it, use it. I don't know, like it's not like they bought it in the sense of they don't own it now. It's just they bought the rights to use it for whatever, for probably like forever. But.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? This Jolyon, he has 68,000 followers. How many does Obaid have? Not that that matters anytime now, but
he's got like 20,000 or something.
yeah. So I mean, a decent amount though. So and I feel like Obaid's more known in our little bubble of B2B. I don't know who this Jolyon guy is, but I could just be living under a rock. But yeah, this one that he posted with the horror movie thing, it got 1,000 reactions, 99 reposts, and then Obaid's got like a few hundred. So obviously this one went way more viral, but I think it has a lot to do with, again, the hook too, not just the followers. Right? He literally was just like, yeah, this B2B company made a horror movie about marketing jargon, and it's actually good. And so people are like, oh, I want to see this horror movie, you know?
And to be fair, it's around Halloween, like closer to Halloween. Like 5 months ago, it was not even close to, right? He just kind of posted it. Right? Like it's a little different. And it's a little bit more broader, like Hockey Stacks B2B, like lead gen could be, that could also be like lawyer lead gen. I do think it's funny that, people, and whatever, it's fine. Yeah. But you do see a lot of people like this that just take other people's content. And yes, they tag it. I get, like, I'm not saying they're stealing it. Yeah. But like, you're kind of going viral from other people's content. Like, make your own. Make your own thing, buddy.
Yeah.
Or buy it.
Yeah. I'll buy it. Exactly.
I mean, buy it. I'm sure Jolyon is great. I'm just saying.
That's freaking brilliant, though. Like, to just buy something, like Obaid's mind, though, to be like, I saw this, I liked it, I bought it from this company.
Yeah.
The production that went into it, like I'd pay $3-4 grand so that I didn't have to go through all of that.
Yeah. Oh, and there's that actor in there, the guy that's like the psychiatrist or something like that. Like he's an actor. Like I don't know who he is, but I've seen him in other stuff. He's in commercials and stuff.
Okay. Anyway, very good. It should also, this is a good one that could be sitting under, what's it called?
Kudos.
My closed one.
Flowers.
Closed one. Kudos.
Flowers.
Flowers. Anyway. Okay. Awesome. Love it. Were there some good comments on this one?
A lot of, what do you call it, bootlickers?
People are nice, they're bootlickers.
You know how LinkedIn is, though. Like, you know this. Like, LinkedIn compared to every other platform is bootlickers. Like, yeah. Everyone's just very nice, which is awesome. I can't handle it. I can't handle the other side of it.
Yeah.
But like, if you post this on TikTok, you get like half of like, some stuff.
You get some haters. You talk about haterade. They are drinking the haterade.
Oh yeah, everyone's
drinking the haterade.
They love it.
All right. Hey there, Jess Cook, head of marketing at Vector here. And anyone who listens to Tass and Tim on Notorious B2B is a friend of mine. So I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. Native targeting is filling your funnel with ghosts. Wouldn't you rather put your ad dollars toward, I don't know, people on your website, clicking your ads, researching your competitors? I know I would. Vector lets you build ad audiences from those exact people. Unlike native targeting, which gatekeeps that shit. Only letting you pick like some titles and industries and then just trusting them to show your ads to the right people. Boo. Okay. Rant over, go to vector.co and get your ad audiences right.
Let's noodle.
Speaking of the algorithm and timing and all that stuff, okay? We all know the algo has been shit. So nothing different there. But I'm going to read this one. It's more of a serious post compared to the ones we just covered. But Matt Hines, he seems like he's like a consultant. He said,
SketchUp guy.
And a what? Stop it.
Mr. Hines.
Mr. Hines. An enormous shift in LinkedIn's algorithm may have just leveled the playing field for creators and made persona precision significantly more important. One of my favorite LinkedIn experts, Candice Settlein, has discovered that LinkedIn is now literally reading your content and prioritizing who sees it based on context and relevance, I think he meant. In other words, not necessarily your current followers, but who most likely across LinkedIn would want to see it. I mean, we've kind of suspected this for a while. Not that this is any, factual or anything. She's probably also speculating. But I wonder if this is true to some extent because of two things. One, like people starting to like, not keyword stuff, but in the beginning when I was first starting to post, I would say B2B landing pages in every post. Like I would say B2B landing pages in every post, sometimes multiple times post. So then I saw this post,
Interesting.
I sent it to you, and then I tried to test it out a little bit. Obviously, there's lots of factors, right? There's lots of factors, like the hook, the timing, whatever. If I have a graphic, I don't. But I tried in the last like couple of days. I did one that was just like, hey, what we get wrong about landing pages, but I didn't say B2B, but in the other posts I did. The ones where I specified B2B and landing pages, I got a lot more engagement. Now, again, it's speculation, right? It's speculation. But the other thing that kind of gives me an inkling that maybe this is what they're doing is, you know how when you're typing a comment, I get this a lot. I don't know if you do, but I troll a lot in the comments. So I'll type something and it's obviously reading my comment because before I post, it'll show me a warning that says, are you sure you want to post this this potentially offensive comment? So
I don't get that, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I get it a lot, like 2 or 3 times a week. But it'll be for something dumb. Like I'll say something like noob, and it's like, are you sure you want to post this? Or I said the other day, I was like, this is disgustingly on brand or something like that. And it was like, oh, are you sure? Oh, you make me sick. Okay, that one sounds mean. But like I would post stuff like that and it would pop up a window that says it. So I have a feeling that it is somewhat true. Not that the LinkedIn algorithm is very good, but I think it's somewhat true that it does scan and skim the content when you're posting it. I don't know if that translates to showing it to more people or not, but I do think that there is a component there in the technology. What are your thoughts?
Possibly. I know like they even like LinkedIn posts are starting to show up in Google now, so they're doing something there, right? Where they're looking at the keywords there. I do, what worries me there is obviously if people start keyword stuffing, like that's just silliness. I'm also, I'm not sold that they're that good at it doing it either.
Yes, that's the other side of the argument is that LinkedIn's like the ugly stepchild of all the social platforms. It's like they have the audience, so they feel like they just don't care. Like sometimes the audiences on the other platforms are a little bit sketchy just because they're anonymous. But LinkedIn knows that it has this pool of like, we're the business platform. So they don't care to work on their features as much.
Is this true though? Like I feel like some of the most viral posts are like 3 sentences. There's no keyword stuffing. They're not saying a lot.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, like a joke. A joke goes
like
viral.
a joke. Like what are you going off of that? Like people that like jokes? I don't think they're doing that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And there's also countless, you've probably seen countless posts, and we've both experienced it where it's because sometimes like for something like that, if someone likes it, if you get a bunch of people liking and commenting, and obviously commentating's a thing, but like a lot of people liking it, in theory, it would mean that it's a good post. You should get more reach. But we've also been there where you get 100 likes and you get 2,000 impressions, and then you get like 30 likes and it gets 10,000 impressions. Right.
Yeah.
So if it is something like that, where it's 3 sentences, there's no keyword stuffing, and it's going off of engagement, that's not true because we've seen it be the opposite many times.
Yes.
So I don't know. I mean, obviously it's a black box. We don't really know what the algorithm is and how much of it is just a gamble. And I'm pretty sure that some of it is a gamble and just makes no sense. But I don't know. I just hope people don't keyword stuff. There could be something to it.
It could be. You should try it in the next week or so. But you say LinkedIn ads, when you're talking about LinkedIn ads, you're like, a new LinkedIn ads feature.
I do. Yeah. I do. But I also don't sometimes too.
Yes.
And then it's like the same, it's like the same stuff. So I don't know. I can't. The problem with those, there's so many factors.
Yes.
Hook matters. The video, the image, the tag, like the whole story matters. The comments, like who comments. Like you might get a couple big follower people that comment, and like that helps. Like there's so many factors, so it's really hard to do like a real proper test to see if that works.
I don't know where I read this or saw it, but I heard that it's not the amount of people who comment. It's not that kind of activity. But if someone like a Brianna Doe or someone big like a Dave Gerhardt, if they comment on your post, the propensity of other people to see it is a lot higher. Like the key to not virality, but the key to a post performing well is having someone larger comment on it, not necessarily a bunch of people commenting on it. You know what I mean?
My rebuttal to that is comment gating.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. But no, I also know that does work too, because there is people, I'm not gonna say names, but there are people that their service is
Mhm.
literally to comment because they have a big following.
Yes, I know this. I know some of these
Yes.
people.
And
Yeah.
it does work. I talked to people that have done it. It does work. So
Wow.
there is truth to that. Rebuttal, commentating, where you don't have
Mm.
any big, it's just numbers, right? It's just a bunch of people commenting and then that goes crazy. So again,
Okay,
it's
you're right.
like it's a crapshoot the whole time.
Yeah,
No
you're
one
right, you're
knows.
right. No one knows.
I feel like here's my thing is I feel like all these reports that come out, I see stuff on Reddit all the time, and there's all these like reports of like, oh, we just analyzed thousands of LinkedIn posts, and I see the what the takeaways are. It's like 10 things, like this will get you more reach. And my experience is like, oh, actually, 8 of those are completely opposite.
Yes.
So I
yeah,
feel like there's
you're right.
no, I don't like those reports because I think it's a lot of like cherry picking posts. I think there's a lot of, because if you're just analyzing posts, you don't actually know everything because people edit posts. There, you don't know the impressions, you don't know all that stuff. You're just looking at engagement and comments, unless you talk to every single person, but they don't do that because it's a lot of posts to look at.
Side note though, I had a conversation a couple of days ago where you know how people complain that vertical posts, video posts don't do very well on LinkedIn because they just haven't set it up well. A lot of your text gets buried and all this other stuff.
Well, text get buried. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the main. Yeah, like the hook's
Yeah,
gone.
like the top text is gone.
Yes, it's all in the, yeah, it's all hidden. But the other thing is, I noticed that there are people who specialize in video, right? Like maybe that's the service that they're selling or whatever. And something small that I think that they don't do, that they should do, is put a thumbnail on videos, all videos, whether it's vertical, horizontal, whatever. Because in the absence of text, what is the place where you can get a hook? And you mid shot doing something is not the way to do it. So that is
get
something
what
that
you're
I
saying.
add.
I've never put a thumbnail.
And how
And I've had some 4 million impression videos. Okay. Like I've had some good.
Oh, okay,
like,
hot shot.
Well, what I'm saying, we've talked about this before about notorious B2B stuff.
Yes.
I've never put a thumbnail. I'm not positive that it works on LinkedIn, YouTube, obviously different.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, not sold.
TikTok does work.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have much information there.
Yeah.
But I'm not sold that it does. I understand it. I
Mhm.
understand how it would, but I'm not sold on it.
Do you think horizontal video does better than vertical?
Vertical is higher, right? Taller.
Yeah, vertical's the straight one where they bury the text.
Yeah.
But if you do a horizontal video, it shows just like a regular post.
Now it's horizontal. I think it's doing better.
Yes.
For the longest time, it was vertical.
Yeah, I actually have stats
I hate
to
it.
support that.
I hate that so much, by the way.
Maybe
I cannot
that should be
stand it.
another post idea for me. I just keep having podcasts with you and then coming up with a post ideas.
Yeah, you're cheating.
Right?
I really do hate it. I hate it so much because I used to always just record vertical, and that would be great for any channel. I just liked that. I liked the being able to see taller and stuff. Now, like especially if I'm sitting at a table and I can do it, like if I did it vertical, it's perfect. I can see everything. Now I have to like crouch down to get into the freaking shot.
Or just
so
put it
annoying.
further away. Just put it further away.
But I'd pause. I do a pause thing. I can't pause that if it's further. Now I have to reach. You see what I'm saying? LinkedIn screwed everything up. Sorry. Love you, LinkedIn, but just saying.
We love you. Okay. Speaking of things that we don't like, here's this post that I saw from Woody Klemetson, founder and CEO of Ask Elephant, which kind of sounds like a cute company. But yeah, it does sound. Now, it's not like a big thing. The only reason I want to cover it is because I've had this conversation a few times in the last month. So Woody says, I used to call people buddy all the time. Not because I was being condescending, because I genuinely forgot their name or didn't catch it in the intro and did not want to ask. Then this week I was on the receiving end 3 times and it hit me differently. Each time someone called me bud or buddy, I felt this weird shift, like we weren't equals anymore, even though I know their intentions were pure. So here's my question. Do you correct it in the moment? Option A, let it go, focus on bigger conversation, don't make it awkward. Option B, address it directly but gracefully. Hey, it's Woody, by the way. Or option C, not hire them. I honestly don't know what the right answer is. Part of me thinks correcting it mid-call derails the conversation and makes it about ego. The other part of me thinks letting it slide sets a tone I don't want. What would you do? And context for this, our friend Connor Lewis, it's so funny because he texts me and he goes, why do people call me buddy? Why do people insist on calling me buddy? I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of it. I didn't think it was a big deal. Then it kept happening to him and he kept sending screenshots of all these different people calling him bud and buddy. And he's like, and I made a joke.
Really?
I made a joke to him saying, it's like when you don't like something, the universe will give you a little extra serving of it, just to piss you off. And that's exactly what's happening. It keeps happening to him where people call him buddy or bud. And he actually did respond to one person and said, can you not? Like, I don't like it or whatever. I mean, he was very nice, but he said it to him. What are your thoughts on that? Do you care if people call you buddy? Are there other names that you don't like being called or labels? I have a few, but you go first.
I don't use the buddy part because now I don't care if someone calls me buddy. I'm very easygoing like that way. But the buddy part because people also use it in a bad way, like, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, that happens a lot.
Okay.
Or like, let's go, buddy. Like, that
let's go,
happens a lot.
buddy.
It's like very bro culture also. So I don't use it because I don't want people to think, that is there, because I could see that there's a sarcasm to it if you use it wrong. But there's also people who are like, hey, buddy. Like, there's also that. Like, I get that part.
I think this is the part that's maybe throwing grown men off, is that typically buddy is what you would address like a small boy child. Like, it's something that I didn't think about until I had my son, and we call him bud, buddy all the time. I call zero other people buddy or bud. I don't know where it came from. It just happened so naturally. And I think that there's a part of people where someone calls him, because he's saying it's condescending. It sounds like we're not on even planes. Like, I'm lower than you, I'm younger than you, I'm bigger, better than you. And I think that's what he's insinuating. And that's immediately where my head went, is they're almost addressing you like you're a child.
I can see that.
Yeah. Do you call Asher buddy?
No, I say little man. If I did that to someone, that would be obviously not working out well.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same.
I try to stay away from those. Like, I try to use some of the more generic ones. Like, if it's a guy, I'll say, hey, man, like that type of stuff.
Yeah, hey, man.
If I don't remember the name, like if I'm especially in events, if I don't remember the name, or just like, hey.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where if I don't remember someone's name, I'll just halfway, like, I'll usually ask it at first, but then, or like, especially if I don't know how to say it. And then if I forget it. Did he say he was on a Zoom call?
Yeah, he said it was on a Zoom call.
Shouldn't it be on which is so funny. It would be on the actual, like, your name's on your Zoom.
Oh yeah,
box.
Maybe. So
but sometimes people don't do it.
Excuse.
Maybe it's just company name. In that case, I would just be like, hey, I'm really sorry. Like, I forgot your name. What is it again? Like, I've done that. I've it took me a while to get there, but
in Connor's situation,
that's weird.
Two out of the three he sent me know who he is. They work. One of them works.
Are they friends though?
Closely. I mean, acquaintances, like, but not enough to be. I mean, I don't know.
Not buddy level. Like, what? I guess what is level of buddy?
I don't know. I mean, if you're friendly with someone, but I think it is weird for grown men to maybe call each other that, but only because I only have the context of a small child.
What level? What I mean? Like, for Connor, I'd probably be like, what up, Con?
Okay.
Conster.
Although,
like, is that weird?
I mean, maybe just a little bit, but I think I'm going to try the little man thing. Maybe next time I see Sahil, I'm going to be like, what's up, little man?
That'd be fun.
That's a good way to undermine the competition, right?
What about females? Like, who do I,
okay.
Like,
so
what if I say buddy to a female?
Is that
weird, worse?
But here's what I actually don't like, and I wrote it in there, and I don't know if you're saying it because I wrote it in there, but the two things I dislike being called or referred to as is, hey, woman, okay, woman. I don't like that.
Obvious. I mean, I don't
like that.
There's no way to turn that. I don't think that has. I think buddy could be used as good and bad. I don't think there is any way of saying woman that's good.
I also don't like.
What's up, woman? Even that sounds like weird. Girly, maybe girly.
Girly.
What up, girl? That's weird. That's HR's moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep going.
Hey,
sorry.
girl. Actually, what's the meme with Ryan? What's his name? And okay, like the hey girl, that meme. Okay, anyway. Yeah. Well, I don't like woman, and I don't like being referred to as female. There's this female, his female, the female. No.
Oh, like
I'm not
an
a
ownership
dog
thing you're talking about.
Not even ownership, but it's like if someone's talking to me, we're like, oh, I know this female task or whatever. Like, that's weird. Don't call me that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like the female.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, I
You're
don't
like,
see
who's calling you?
Okay, well, when I did it, I didn't say it was like this female tab. Like, I meant it as like, what do I call a female? I could have said what I call a girl, but some people are like, oh, I'm a woman, and then some people.
That's okay if you're like, this
I was saying
woman
like,
I know.
I was trying to describe. Yeah,
that's okay. But if they call me woman, I don't like it. Like if they say like, hey woman or something like that, I'm like, don't call me.
Yeah,
that.
that's weird.
Why you call me that? Yeah, don't call me that. So I don't like woman. I don't like female.
What
I
about buddy?
also, other than old people, no one should call me sweetheart. I don't like sweetheart.
That's fair. Well, Southern people, I feel like
don't like it. Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't call me that.
Okay. So when someone says it, what do you do?
Nothing the first time.
You retaliate?
Not the first time.
Hey, buddy.
Because I'm like, well, if you say it like that, I'm like, you have a problem? Like, what's going on? But if someone says like, oh, okay, whatever, something like, hey, sweetheart, whatever, I'm like, okay.
What's the age limit? Like, what's the cutoff here?
I don't know, like 70 plus, like I'll be okay.
Damn. How many Zoom meetings you take with 7-year-olds?
I'm just saying in general, it doesn't have to be just Zoom meetings. But anyway, for those listening, please send me DMs with stuff that you do not like being called. This episode is brought to you by our friends at Smoke Ladder. Now, if you're an agency or consultant, then you know the drill. You have a new client in a new category. You've spent 3 hours drowning in research and you still have no idea what this brand does. Well, Smoke Ladder fixes that. Within minutes, it gives you a full breakdown of any brand's messaging, target persona, design, category benchmarks, and even their competitors' vibes. You'll get insights, clarity in minutes, and it's like having a team of strategists, but without the slacks and without the salaries. Try it for free today at smokeladder.com.
Big prompt energy.
Big prompt energy.
Yay! Okay, what's going on there?
All right, we got some juicy stuff. Interesting story here. So apparently there's some voice cleanup tech that's removing accents.
Oh my God.
Which are making people sound American. So Chris is smart here because he doesn't even put his last name, so we can't spell it wrong. We can't say it wrong. Chris F. Smart. Honestly, that's kind of smart.
He's the lead designer at Refine.
Don't say you don't know his name.
No, it says right there in his tagline. He says in his tagline.
It says, is this going too far? I have to tell y'all a story. So I just got off the phone with my internet provider, Xfinity. Well, that's a bad choice. I was calling because I canceled my service back in September, and now it's November. So why is my bill $400? After talking with the rep, he tells me, oh, your bill is completely paid off. There were just some errors in our system. You don't owe anything. Cool, right? Except the whole time I'm thinking this man sounds a lot like a bot. Perfect voice, no background noise, no breath, just too smooth. So finally, at the end of the call, I ask him, hey, Nash, are you a bot? This is ballsy. He says, no, I'm human. We just use voice cleanup technology. Now, when I hear voice cleanup, I'm thinking, okay, background noise, maybe removing some sharp S's or P's, the usual stuff. So I ask, what does that exactly mean? He goes, it removes our accents so we sound American. Jaw dropped. Oof. I was shocked and honestly uneasy because in that moment, I didn't feel like cleanup. It felt like erasure. Is that a word?
I have no idea.
That's fine. I wanted to ask him how he felt about it, but I stopped myself. He's at work, calls are recorded, which is fair. Good, that was nice. I get why companies might use it. Customers sometimes complain about call center accents, but what cost? Accents carry identity. They tell you where someone's from, sometimes even who they are. Strip that away so someone can sound standard feels wrong. It makes me wonder, how far will it go? Will they start cleaning up any voice that doesn't sound American enough? What do you think? So, I mean, interesting. Let's see the top comments here before we kind of get into it. Ashley, also, there are dozens of American accents. This is very fair.
Yes.
What does this even mean? That's very, very fair. And so now I wonder which one it was because he said y'all in it. So I'm not sure if that's like Southern. And then someone else says it crossed so far over the line that we can no longer see the line, which is fair.
That's a friend's quote right there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
You're so far past the line. You can't even see the line. The line is a dot to you.
Well, one thing to clarify here, which is interesting, is it's not like they're using some AI and it's just doing it. it sounds like it's an actual accent remover. Like they purposely, it's not like, oh, let me go through Gong and it just removes, or and Gong's a bad example, but whatever they use and it just removes it. It sounds like they're doing it on purpose for this. It's not like the AI is doing it. I mean, it is, but you see what I'm saying.
So
what do you think?
As a person who is foreign and has a slight accent still.
You use a cleanup, right?
I use a I use a cleanup tool. One, it's 100% crossing the line. I think if this is a situation where you want, which is already bad, it's discrimination in itself to only want one kind of, employee, right, with this specific characteristic, and only hiring Americans, for example, would kind of be a little bit sketch. I'm sure there's companies that do that. To take people who are not from here and then change their accents up, that wasn't something that just came up. That there were customers and they handled it in probably the worst way.
Well, no matter what I say, there's no winning here. So I'm just going to go with some devil's advocate that have some merit. Like if you talk to someone that's British and has a posh British accent, I am more likely to buy from them. I just am. They sound more smart.
Oh my God. Okay.
They sound smarter. It sounds nicer. Like it just does. I'm sorry, but it does.
That's like when we were at Exit 5 and Diane was giving her talk and I went and told her later, I was like, you could say anything to me and I'm going to listen. So yeah. I guess it's not that different.
And
right.
But on the other side of that though, English folks also talk very fast. And it is also hard to understand them. I lived in England for a little bit. It took me months to understand some of these.
What?
Accents.
For real? Okay.
Because they talk very fast.
Okay.
In comparison, Americans are a little slow. Remember that.
Yeah.
There are also some races and accents that are not English that are also, I'd be like, oh, okay, they know that they're going to know this better.
Yeah.
I get it. There are also some that are harder to understand than others. So I can also understand it from that standpoint. That said, there's probably levels to this, right? Like the accent changer, could you tone it down a little bit and not fully go all American? Could you just make it easier for them to understand it? You know what I mean?
So yes, the way they've solved the issue is not correct. That person probably got in a lot of trouble for even telling this person that their stuff was sanitized. They were using a tool, right? I think there are a few ways to tackle this.
I got a big rebuttal. I don't know if I can hold it in. I got a big rebuttal here.
Okay, what's your rebuttal? Let's hear.
Okay, so we're talking about obviously people talking in voice and all that. Now, in this case, they're talking to Americans. Americans talking to Americans. When someone writes content, they do websites, and they're from a foreign country. An example could be England here because they put O's or U's in a lot of words like flavor or color. Yeah, they don't in America.
Yeah.
If you're creating content for America, you're gonna clean that. You're not gonna put flavor VOUR. You're gonna put FLAVOR. Right? You're gonna use American language.
Yeah. How is this different?
How is this any different? How is that like if you're translating words and like there's so many, like someone from China or India, when they're translating things, some things are gonna like sound different, right? When they translate it on, like I have VAs that are in the Philippines. Like sometimes when they talk on Slack, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And I can understand it, but when you're doing corporate stuff, you're gonna translate it fully.
So I think that one small thing could make this better. You ready for it? No. And that is dual party consent. So one, because he said, I asked him how he felt about it, right? Which he may not have been able to answer. So we're already assuming it's coming in with bad intent, sketchy intent. The person who it's being done to knows. We don't know if he's okay or not with it. But if they had put appropriate policies in place that say, hey, you're applying for this job, you are likely dealing with people from a different country, whatever the country is, France, Germany, America, whatever. We will be using technology to make it easier for you to be understood to said people. As part of your employment, are you okay with that, right? Because we sign a lot of things in employment agreements that we're like, yeah, we're fine with that. So if you're not fine with it, you just don't do that job. You go do something else. There are plenty of other people who could probably, want to do that. The second thing, the dual party consent, is on the other side, the receiving end. And it says, how they say, this call may be recorded. In that same automation, they could say, this call may be recorded for quality purposes. Also, we may be using technology to make it easier for you to understand your reps, blah, 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 blah. You know, are you okay with that? Press 1. Prefer a different language.
Everyone's going to say
Press
yes,
2.
by the way.
Yeah, people will say yes. But at that stage, it does it. I think a lot of issues in general with marketing, with us and companies, everything that we have that's put into place is because people are not being honest and transparent. So many issues could be resolved by just saying, hey, are you guys good with this? Or do you have a different solution for this? Right. And I think all of that could boil down to just that. Because you're right, when I was in-house doing web pages and we did one for the UK segment, we just did this for a client actually. They had one page that was a UK segment, and then the other pages were all North America. The UK one we wrote in Queen's English because that's what they're expecting, right? Yeah. So it's just setting the expectations, much like anything else.
But did you put a disclaimer saying it was written by an American?
No, no, I did not put a disclaimer.
Well, is that not the same thing?
I mean, it's an American company, maybe. Actually, it wasn't an American
isn't that
company.
the same thing, though, as what you're saying, though? Like, your calls are being recorded. Just let you know, we've done this.
Yeah, you're right. No, there was
I just
no
don't see the
disclaimer.
difference. I don't see the difference.
Interesting. Okay.
I see what you're saying. And on the other side of it, though,
voice.
I think Chris did make an assumption that this person cared. Like, if someone was like, yeah, we're going to make you talk in an English accent, I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, have at it. Like, it's fine. I'm all for it. Like, there could be that assumption, too.
Interesting. Okay, well, let us know in the DMs.
Yeah,
what
I hope
you
I'm
think
not
of our
canceled
takes.
at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, since Tim's like, oh, I'm okay with complete voice sanitation and
No, I'm just
censorship.
playing. I just think the written thing is actually, I feel like that's a big rebuttal there. Like, I feel like it's the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Homeboy is back. Here's on the last episode. He's back. He's saying, yo, this is wild. The first version of Fireflies AI, they didn't use any AI. It's just the founders joining the calls and taking notes manually. Does this mean ChatGPT V1 were low-paid Indians giving answers? Can't imagine this for any analytics attribution tools. And he basically puts a screenshot of Sam Udatonk, who is the co-founder and CTO at Fireflies, basically saying the co-founders would actually just hop into tons of meetings, hundreds of plus meetings, and just take all the notes and then send it to them. I think that's very interesting. It's actually, on one side, it's kind of like the what was it, 11X, where they said everything was AI, but it was just
Builder AI.
Builder
AI had 700 Indian engineers working on the back end.
So it wasn't really AI.
Oh my
now
God.
that seems like a scam. This one seems like a hustle.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, am I wrong? Like, I feel like this is just like founders going like Airbnb stuff. Like, I feel like it's just like founders hustling. The other one seems like a scam.
But here's the part where both failed, Builder AI and Fireflies, which is they didn't tell anybody that it was real humans. They're selling the idea of AI.
It's fair.
When it's not AI. Isn't there's Fireflies.ai in the name too? This is Builder
Think about how
AI.
many companies have those, though.
I know, but but that's what I'm saying. It's Builder AI Mini 2.0. At least they joined and tried to deliver. I guess Builder AI also semi-delivered, but they got discovered when they went through the financial audit for their next round of funding. These guys, it looked like they bootstrapped it, but in the early days, they were joining the meetings manually until they actually built the AI. This is the definition of building it while you're flying it kind of situation. But what do their early customers think? Because if I thought that I had an AI note taker joining the call, but it's actually a person listening, oh boy. Oh
yeah,
boy.
I'm starting to think I'm wrong reading the comments. A lot of I'd say this raises privacy concerns.
Yes.
This really isn't a flex as much as you think it is, or less, they thought it was. This sounds illegal and deceptive.
Yeah, thank you.
Fake it till, some people are saying fake it till you make it. I'm all about that. Some people are making jokes like their company's not doing it. Feel like they're deceiving users. So Yeah, and someone just called out Builder.ai here.
Mhm.
This is fraud. Okay, I mean,
Yes.
it
Yeah.
sounds like I'm wrong here.
Yeah, you should not be devil's advocate on this one because that is
okay.
not okay. Going back to my point about being transparent and honest, there's so much more human beings would be forgiving of if we were just honest. You know what I mean?
Well, the funny thing here is because the CTO, actually, the co-founder and CTO posting it, his thought was that it would be like a come up story.
Yes.
But I'm sure it sounds like it, it was not.
No,
It's not as good as, it got shut down fast.
If I was one of the first customers, I'd be like, wait, so
that would be weird.
You
if I think
were
about
on
it.
my calls this entire time. I've had some weird calls. How many one-on-one calls have I had where Fathom has joined and it was me and like one marketer who's basically telling me all this stuff about their company or their bosses or something like that. And then suddenly you're just like, shit, there's this other person who was listening this entire time, furiously taking notes, by the way. They even said that the founders were falling asleep during the meeting. So you weren't even taking good notes. Like, this is all around bad. All around
I bet you
bad.
Fireflies was a YC company.
Well, yeah,
they're known for
the interesting takes on. Yes. That's where deal and rippling came up, right? The school of YC. You graduated from the school of YC. Okay.
No, they didn't actually. So never mind.
Oh wow. Okay. Now, I mentioned at the earlier part of this episode, I wanted to do a segment called Closed One. Tim and I are still going to workshop the name, but sometimes there are things that just deserve to be applauded, even though they're not really like any crazy drama. It's just funny, good stuff, because B2B gets a bad rap about being boring. And guess what? If you look in the right parts of LinkedIn, we're not really that boring, right?
Yeah, I mean, 1%.
In general, we are. We will find the 1% of not boring.
Closed one.
All right. Renee Shaw, she's social at TLDV. I've seen her a lot on my feed, and she is the inspiration for this segment. Yeah, she's crushing it. She's the inspiration for this segment because I was like, it's just so funny. I feel like it deserves a mention. So she's been basically in character where like her and Sam Altman at OpenAI like are in a relationship or whatever he's after. But she's like, this is getting ridiculous now, Sam, is her post. And she has this C&D notice, and it's dated 13th November. So it's today. And it says it's to her. She's in Australia, by the way. And it goes, Miss Shaw, this notice concerns your repeated public statements suggesting a personal or professional relationship with Mr. Sam Altman. OpenAI confirms that no such relationship exists or has ever existed. You have claimed that Mr. Altman reviewed your TLDV content, sought your input, or referred to you as a pretty pony. These statements are false and create unnecessary confusion about any connection between you and OpenAI. You are instructed to stop making any statements that imply recognition, endorsement, or personal familiarity with Mr. Altman or OpenAI. Failure to comply may result in further action. Sincerely, Office of General Counsel, OpenAI. And it's so funny. So when I first commented on this post, she had like 200 likes or whatever. She's at 644 reactions right now. People are laughing. The first comment on there is my favorite, which says increase and persist instead of cease and desist. And then people were like, wait, I hope this is real. If it's not real, then you created this. I'm sure you committed a crime. People are laughing. People are like, oh, that's signature. And I said somewhere in here, I'm like, oh, it's just one big M dash, right? That's signature. And so I was joining in the fun and I sent it to Tim because I thought it was so funny. She is killing it with this. Obviously, this looks fake, but it looks so real, but we know that it's
it is fake?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. But she's in full character. She's in full character because she is like, it literally says the date is today, but she's in full character and method acting to the fullest because she's like, no, guys, this is real. Like I just got, she's just like in it. But obviously it's meant to be like a funny joke. But what did you find?
Well, I love the commitment to the bit. If it was real,
yeah,
I was going to say like, that's so strange because on Sora, when you create a profile, you can be a cameo, which means people can tag you and add you to their videos.
Yeah.
There's some crazy shit of Sam doing stuff on AI videos. Like you,
really?
you can tag, like he made it so like you can use them in your videos, and there's some weird stuff. So they'd be sending out a lot of cease and desists.
Yeah.
Which is why I was saying, like, if this was real, I'm blown away because there's some weird stuff.
There's some weird stuff.
Way
already.
weirder stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But the commitment to the bit is, I'm loving. Good for her.
But for those listening, you absolutely need to follow her. She puts out banger, funny content.
she's
Renee
funny.
Social. She has like a bunch where she's putting screenshots of her and the CEO in Slack, and like it's just hilarious. But she's very committed to the bit, which makes it hilarious too.
TLDV team is a bunch of monsters on social. Like Ian Evans is huge on TikTok. Like he does some really great stuff around product marketing, and like he's really good. Thomas or Budin, whoever the CEO is, he does some good content too. They have a really good social team.
This is who Duolingo wishes they could hire.
Probably tried to.
She's probably tried to, and she's like, no, I'm marrying Sam Altman, so I can't. She's committed to the bit. Okay, moving on to the next one. Kieran Flanagan, you probably know him. He is CMO or SVP at HubSpot. But previously, where was he? He was somewhere famous earlier too. Anyway, he wrote this post earlier this week, which said, you have 5 minutes free and you think, let me check my LinkedIn feed. You scroll eagerly searching for an eye-catching post. You see one. The first line tells you the entire world. The first line sells you the entire world. I used to have a marketing team of 10 people. Now it's all done by agents. Wow, he's only gone and done it. Replaced everyone with agents. You want all the details. You start to scroll. You scan every word. And the phrase that speaks to how incredible this feat was achieved. And it goes, N8N agents, ready to use templates, one click, set up in minutes. You've struck gold. It's going to be yours. The entire playbook. He's spilling all the details. Your palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. You scroll faster, rushing towards the bottom of the post. That's where the link will be, the link to this master plan. You look, no link. Where is it? You double check and read the last line out loud. Type agents in the comments and I'll DM you the playbook. And you think, motherfucker. And then he goes, LinkedIn comment gating works, but wow, is it the most annoying marketing tactic out there right now? And that is literally how we feel about anything. And you know what's funny? Alina commented on this. She's a co-founder, CEO, Chili Piper, and she says, and when the link finally arrives, it's just an N8N flow that takes a podcast and makes it into an article. And it's funny because we actually have seen her comment on a few, and I wonder how many she's gotten and if they've actually been any good. We should ask her when we are.
Oh, I get them all. They are a Notion doc that is extremely complicated.
Yeah, because they want to sell you them.
You cannot implement it yourself unless you know exactly what you're doing, which you wouldn't be commenting.
He captured in the most poetic fashion how we feel about comment gating. But that is exactly the journey that we all go through. Okay, the final closed one, which I thought was funny, is someone did this website called Replacement.ai. Let's see if it actually, oh yeah, it does. Okay, Replacement.ai. I think it's a joke. It has to be, but it is a top tier AI joke. So we're going to cover it. And it goes on the hero, humans no longer necessary. So we're getting rid of them. Replacement.ai can do anything a human can do, but better, faster, and much, much cheaper. And then it has these tags in there. Stupid, smelly, squishy. It's time for a machine solution. And so it's just basically dogging on humans the entire time and saying we're building a superhuman AI just to replace you. I wonder if they built something like this on Lovable.
They definitely did. Yeah. They 100% did. That's what I was thinking. And this is it. This is the way Lovable should be used.
Yes, exactly. The eyebrow copy says, get out of the way, grunts. Welcome to the post-human future. And then it gives you these like little cards that usually B2B SaaS companies would use to call out features. And so it's calling out us, basically all the problems with us, longing for a different future, preparing your body for biofuel sacrifice, pacing around your bunker, scrolling, machine worship, extreme vagrancy, violent crime, basically all the shit that's wrong with us. And it's going to do it so much better. So that is why it is so funny, but I thought it deserved some flowers as well.
Yeah, it's a next level joke. I feel like it should have did better than it did.
Yes, like how far would you go for a joke? I will use Lovable credits.
Oh, it definitely wasn't. Oh, so it definitely wasn't Logan then, right? Because
it wasn't Logan. It takes them to this X profile, which is Dan at Replacement AI. and he's basically trolling in September. So literally started last month, or 1941 followers. So actually decently, it's growing for just, being a month.
He's got some billboards. You see the billboards?
He's got some billboards. Yep. I mean, it's fake billboards there, hopefully.
And you had like fuck you money. Like this would be hilarious.
Oh yeah, I would just troll the entire world. I mean, I would also try to solve world hunger and stuff, but I'm like, I have all this money. I'm gonna also troll the universe.
All right, let's be honest. You probably didn't go to school for B2B marketing. I didn't. And that's exactly why we built Exit 5. It's now the top community for B2B marketers. You can learn more about our community and our in-person events over there at exit5.com, or at least join the newsletter. I read every message, and I promise that if you reply, I will reply back. See you over at exit5.com.
Big thanks to Vector for keeping our ad dollars where they belong, in front of people that Seth would love to talk to. So stop donating your money to native ad targeting and start targeting your exact buyers with Vector.co.
Okay, so that's what we have right now. And we better go because we're way over time. And retention time. And that's a wrap on Notorious B2B, where we expose the nonsense and remind you that most B2B marketing is just a very expensive guessing game.
Don't, and post a passive-aggressive LinkedIn poll about it. We'll still find you.
And if you have B2B drama we should cover, slide into our DMs. We accept screenshots, leaked internal memos, and questionable brand rebrands.
Until next time, keep your marketing unhinged and your LinkedIn bio free of the words growth hacker. See you later.
Later, skater.